Hello and welcome to round 4 of the Softball SA Premier League. We play on Ghanaland right here at West Beach in South Australia, and it's brought to you by the Aqaba Hotel. Well, I'm James Harris, your host, and joining me tonight on commentary is twice Cathcaro medalist, 3-time Premiership star Steph Trzynski. We'll hear from her in a moment. And also with all the special comments is a Cathcaro medalist herself and twice a Premiership player with Port Adelaide and Seacombe.
Yes, and Seacombe.
Jess Maslin, welcome Jess. Hell of a game we've got tonight.
Hell of a game indeed. It's going to be an interesting game. It's anyone's season, so let's see how this game goes.
Thanks for joining us on the commentary. Of course, Port Adelaide a bye tonight. Got to be happy sitting top of the ladder.
It's nice to be up there, but it's also anyone's season. I reckon these girls are going to be chasing us all year.
You're seeing it pretty well as well, so you've got to be happy with your own form as well as your team's.
Yeah, the team's looking amazing. We've got some young girls coming through. It's always nice to have a good season personally, but the team's been phenomenal this year.
Right, we're going to wrap things up here with the intro. Over to the central commentary position with the Cathcaro medalist, Steph Trzynski.
Thanks for that, James. And I tell you what a cracker of a night. It's nice to be sat out here and not so many layers as we've had recently. But what a cracker of a lineup we've got. We've got Seacombe versus West Torrens, currently sitting 3rd and 4th, respectively, on the ladder. They've already met once this season when Seacombe shut out reigning premiers West Torrens 5-0. But since then, West Torrens have had a couple good runs, beating Heels 10-0. Seacombe have had a bit of a really good start, really, but they starting out with the win against West Torrens, and then a come from behind win against the impressive Glenelg. But then they dropped the last couple games to Walkerville 8-0 and to Sturt 3-1. So these two teams coming in so far early in the season really evenly matched. So I think it's going to be a really good game between the two of them. I know West Torrens will be coming out with a bit of a chip on their shoulder after starting off with a loss to Seacombe.
This is going to be one hell of a game tonight. Let's be honest, these girls, they come out hard every single game. We've got some great girls in the centre circle, so should be a lot of fun and be interesting to see how tonight's result is.
Yeah, and we'll see, again, young Talia Sutton shouldering the mound for West Torrens tonight. But as we see Seacombe take to the field, we get, I think, maybe our first look on Spacequake of Whitney Shepherd, the US, little bit of extra juice from the US this year for Seacombe, so we'll get a really good look at her tonight. I've had a little bit of a look myself, and she throws hard. She throws a bit of up and down, and she's got good movement. So it'll be a really good challenge for her tonight to see if she can back it up again against West Torrens.
I believe she threw a little bit on the weekend as well, came in and pitched really well. I was watching from the sidelines. We haven't played Seacombe yet. But, yeah, I agree with you. She seems to throw the ball and move it around quite well. So it'll be interesting to see how the West Torrens lineup go tonight.
That's Whitney Shepherd on screen going through a warm-up pitches, and as Seacombe go through their warm-up, we can go around the diamond. Whitney Shepherd pitching to Neely Peterson, Becky Havas at first, Michaela Thomas at second, Regan Diaz at third, Sasha Mutsi at shortstop, outfield left to right, Georgia Tompkinson, Hannah Cameron and Tash Mays. Not a bad lineup. You have a look around, they've got some good American experience and then some young local talent just in the mix. Some good experience on the diamond with the team in blue tonight. Pete Fairley behind the plate, Toby Sadler at first, and Hall of Fame umpire Damien McCauley at third. That's the defensive lineup. You've got the umpires, scorers tonight. We've got Jess and Jill. Producer Brandon in the house. And we're about to get ready to go with the first pitch. Maddie Scott leading off for West Torrens. Over to you, Steph.
Maddie Scott is that fantastic. You'll notice stepping up into the leadoff position tonight. Normally that's Amber. Maddie will sit in that second hole, but you'll see her slot quite well into that first leadoff position. I think something that she's not too uncommon with, as that first pitch is thrown down for a ball on the inside corner of the plate. Well taken by Maddie, first pitch.
It'd be interesting to see every time we faced West Torrens, Maddie's, as you said, always going to be in that second position. So she's definitely not a batter to underestimate, though.
No, absolutely not. And Maddie can play a fantastic role as that leadoff position as she fouls off that first one inside. But Amber Hood missing from the lineup tonight due to a little bit of an injury is normally such a good just get-on-base player for West Torrens. So it sort of frees up that top part of the lineup to be able to put Maddie in that 2-hole to see if she can drive a runner in.
There's definitely a 1-2 punch. Well, let's be honest, the entire lineup is a punch when you're fielding against them.
She takes a swing at that to bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. You'll notice she's pretty aggressive as a hitter. She's not letting them go down. But credit to Shepherd, the pitcher. She's attacking her in that inside corner and that lefty, where often a lot of right-handed pitchers will sort of steer away from that inside pitch on the lefty. But I think so far, going straight at her, throwing 3 inside pitches to that lefty straight off the bat.
Yeah.
She fans that one down the left field line. A good pitch to foul off as the pitcher and catcher try to mix it up and take the ball away.
I was going to say, you're coming from that side of the pitching side, and I can sort of come from behind the plate. So we've got a good little lineup today. We've got James, who is usually behind the plate as well.
Oh, yeah, in his heyday. Maddie Scott turns on that to the right field line for an easy single to lead off for the West Torrens Eagles.
Now we get to really see Maddie when she opens up. She's definitely got some wheels on her, and we'll be interested to see what happens.
Yeah.
Lead off single to right field. A heyday. I'm getting
Nice of you to join us.
I'm getting hazed by my fellow commentators.
Trying to hype you up, James.
As Alicia Marchik steps up into the plate into that 2-hole that we said normally is Maddie's role. She squares to bunt on the first pitch. Just gets away from catcher Peterson. Maddie thought about it, but didn't quite test the arm. Peterson has a great arm behind the plate, which she demonstrated already this season, just a few weeks in.
I was hoping to see it then. It would be a great matchup to see Scott take on the arm.
I'm curious about her arm as well, so it'd be nice.
Alicia puts the bunt down first base line. Becky Havis goes for the tag. Maddie's rounding 2 all the way to third. Catches at third base. Catches sleeping and takes 2 bases on a sack bunt by Alicia Marching.
That was beautiful running by Maddie.
And on the replay here, we can see she doesn't miss a beat. She goes straight to third. Easy, not even a throw.
Yeah, Havis picked up the ball, made a really quick tag as well, but the only thing is, everyone came down to field that bunt, leaving the third base open.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Diaz at third base. I haven't seen her there much this season. Could be a sense of new team, new dynamics between, the pitcher, the catcher, the third and the first. I'm not sure if they've played together much before, so just that communication around who's covering what base where. Things like that might be something they need to work on as the season goes through, and sort of that team chemistry. As Lana hacks at that one, it's going to go foul as Havis going to take it behind catcher. She tries to throw Maddie out at home plate, and she nails her at home plate. What a great catch, what a great throw by Becky Havis for a double play to round out the first inning.
That was an amazing play by Becky. She had her back towards home plate and then turned around, just absolutely fired it in.
You see here on the replay, great read from Havis straight off the bat. Tracks it all the way into her glove, knowing that the aggression that Maddie just demonstrated on the bases, knowing straight away that she'd have to get up, turn around. But you know what? Good on Maddie for testing that in the first inning, right? Becky had to make a phenomenal play, catching the ball and turning around, complete 180, find your bearings, make the throw on the money. If I had the speed of Maddie, I would also test that throw.
This is a great look on the Aqaba replay. Neely Peterson sets herself up perfectly from a great throw from Havis, and she's pumped for the third out. That replay was brought to you by Aqaba Hotel. Whether it's a dining experience in the restaurant, catching the latest live action in Sporty's Bar, enjoying a comfortable and convenient stay in the accommodation rooms, or being entertained by incredible live performances, you'll always be welcome at the Arc. Not a bad read, huh? Wrote that myself.
Good.
Jess, why don't you take us around the West Torrens defensive lineup?
Sure, no worries. On the mound tonight, we have Talia Sutton, Talana Kayser behind the plate, Abby Latrell at first, Emma Burridge at second, Maddie Scott at short, Sophie Hoyle at third, and manning the outfield is Caitlin Holt at left, Alicia Marching in centre, and Jordan Harris at right. We've got a few changes in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, different look, West Torrens. Couple of injuries as well. Although there's a few named on the bench, all awaiting clearance, I would suggest, for their injuries. I know that there's a player out there wanting to take a break for obvious reasons, but Talia Sutton has been pitching very well for West Torrens so far this season. 3 games, 2 wins, 1 loss. That loss did come against the Seacombe Tigers, but defensively they've given up 7 runs, and 5 of them have been to Seacombe this season. And they lead the league lead the league in runs against. So doing a great job, the teenager. What is she, 15, 16?
She's definitely got her L's.
16.
So she's got to be 16. Yeah. Yeah, definitely got her L's. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, she's pitching so well. I've been lucky enough to face her, and she's definitely commanding it up there.
Yeah, she's settling really well as she lines up for the first pitch against leadoff hitter Diaz for Seacombe Tigers.
This is another player who can show power from the #1 spot as well.
Starts off with a nice inside cooled strike on the hitter. Both pitchers attacking inside early, I've noticed.
A menace around the base as well, Reagan. We had her in commentary. We spoke to her about that.
I was going to say that there's no shortage of speed in either of these teams. You would know playing against Seacombe last year as well, Steph. Like, there's certain players that you just know if they get them a base pass, they're going to be an absolute menace and run super fast as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Diaz also such a good two-way player, can hit, can field, can pitch, can play pretty much anywhere, and hits leadoff too. Why not? Good on her. You'd never catch me in that position, I'll tell you that. As she sits on that change-up, drives it into the centre-left gap, and she's going to push for two. Laird picks it up pretty well, but Diaz has just enough speed to slide in quite safely for a lead-off double in your first inning for the Tigers.
As I said, that's the speed we were talking about, and that power as well. And I mean,
hit that so well. We can see here in the Aqaba replay.
I was going to say, Maddie gave everything to try to get up for that too.
Yeah, great hands to hold them back on the change-up.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, no,
Sutton doesn't miss a beat though, comes straight back inside, really attacking those hitters. Holt out in left field took a really good angle on that one actually, cut that off really well, because that could have easily gone past her and been extra bases, as Mutzi fouls that bunt off behind her.
The outfield play is quite quick here, so taking that area and taking it back hard, she's come in quite nicely, and like, yeah, Reagan can run, but as you said, yeah, it could have easily got past her.
Good eyes there by Mutzi. You see Sutton's gone upstairs trying to get what's presumably a sack bunt situation or a bunt situation, trying to get her to pop up, as is quite common in any bunt situation, throwing the ball up for a cheap out. Comes back for a swinging strike to even the count up at 2-2.
Now, I wouldn't put it past Bill for a fake bunt steal as well. It's a handy play to have up your sleeve when you've got wheels on too.
Yeah, especially when you know this West Torrens lineup. As Mutzi just pokes at that one into centre field, Mark Sheng's going to come in and sort of basket catch that one to keep the runner at 2. Just what you were saying though, you're right. Bill would know that this lineup is a little bit different as well. So something like a fake bunt steal 3 in this situation might test people out of, well, I mean, Sophie's not really out of position. Liner isn't either.
And neither's Maddie Scott,
Yeah,
who will
that's
have
fair.
to cover third if
Okay, all right.
Hoyle's down. But you just never know, right?
No. Becky Havas comes to the plate with a runner in scoring position for the Seacombe Tigers.
Be interesting to see how Bill plays in this situation.
Yeah, power at 3 and 4 for the Tigers with a runner in scoring position.
Speaking of power, that was a big old swing there by Becky.
Becky is certainly someone who's not going to let any strikes that she believes she can absolutely pummel
she
let
plays
go.
with- yeah, plays with aggression, Becky. She takes that one foul down the left field line. Good call there, Pete. Straight up and into the business.
Yeah, Hoyle had a decision to make then as well. You have a go at it, risk maybe it tipping your glove and then going into dead man's corner down, which will obviously score the runner from second, giving the batter extra bases, or leave it and hope that it goes foul. So right in a thin line there.
And the fact that she has to do it with very little time as well is one of those things with third base.
Becky sits on that, pulls that down left field line for Caitlin to sit under. Diaz, the runner, goes halfway and scoots back to second. to keep the runner at 2. That was a great catch by Caitlin Holt out there. Can't wait to see this on the bar replay.
Yeah, interestingly, you'll see Reagan Diaz will sit halfway. She was going to score on any error, but she had to go back. Most people you'd think would have tagged up on a deep fly ball to the outfield and take that extra base, but high risk, high reward.
It's the first inning. We saw West Torrens go through a bit of high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
If you have one power hitter into the next with Neely Peterson, who we know has got the power to go over the fence as well.
And in fact, she did last game against the West Torrens Eagles, and I'm sure West Torrens will be keeping that in mind as she comes up to bat with a runner in scoring position right now.
Sorry, who was it against? My
yeah,
bad.
It was a big one.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be careful with 2 out and first base open as well. Maybe get her to chase a bad pitch here. And she's already 3-0 up.
2-0?
Pete just gave 3.
3-0.
Oh, 3-0. There we go. Oh, that's a nice pitch there by Talia. But a 4-ball walk there with first base open creates a force, an infield force at each base. And 2 out. So probably not the worst move in the world at all. Might even be somewhat intentionally unintentional.
Courtesy runner for the catcher. So Sasha Mucci goes over to first.
Brings Bree Lynn up to bat. And a ball for first pitch.
What would you do in this situation, do you think, Steph, if you were pitching tonight? Would you play?
I don't know. Oh, as that one just brushes Bree off the plate a little bit. Talia keeping her honest. Brings the count to 2-0. I don't know. Just
Well, there's no hole in the middle order for Seacombe because in the on-deck circle, Whitney Shepherd, she's shown that she's capable with the bat as well. So you can be careful to Peterson because you've got the open base, but I don't think you can take any more risks.
No.
falling behind 3-0 here. See Lana Kayser, the catcher, calls timeout just to chat to her pitcher. Lana hasn't done a whole lot of catching recently, but let me tell you, she has plenty of catching experience from her youth. Yes. She herself is a national champion catcher from schoolgirls back in the day.
Yes, they're high school champions, 18 and under, 17 and under.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Were you in that team?
I may have been the pitcher to Lana. That's why I remember it. As Talia winds up for the 3-0 pitch.
My favourite player in that team, my favourite memory of that team was that Kelsey Nucky was the shortstop.
Oh, she was too, you're right. Wow, there you go. 3-1 count here to Lynn. She fouls that one off, so she's hungry. She's not there. She wants to hit. You can see that in her.
Yeah, 3-1 count. She gave herself a green light, maybe swung at a high one. There's Diaz on second.
Seacombe definitely be looking to score her after getting her as a lead-off. Payoff pitch here in a full count. Oh! And that one's just missed up high. That change-up sort of just dropped, but obviously as it crossed that zone, Pete Fairley said not too high. So that'll be ball 4. Here on the Arcabar replay, you can see that change-up really just drops off the table down the bottom line, and not so impressed with that call. But that brings up the pitcher, Whitney Shepherd, to hit with loaded bases in the first inning.
Great angle from the Arcabar Hotel replay. As we say regularly on the broadcast, it's not where the catcher takes the ball, it's where it crosses the plate. And Pete Fairley could be confident in that call, I'd say.
Big swing there by Whitney Shepherd to bring the count to 1-1. So we see that she's aggressive here too. After seeing the 2 hitters before you, James, walk, or Jess, 2 of them walk, and your first pitch was a ball, how's about going after that pitch for a swinging strike that probably was a ball as well? She fouls that one off behind the catcher to bring the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's hard when you've had 2 batters walk in front. You really want to swing. It's very much something where you have to think about the situation at times. I know I would always want to swing.
Yeah.
But it's, if she gets a right side, there's easy going to be 2 scoring as well.
as Talia lines up for that inside call strike for a high-pressure strikeout to end the inning, stranding 3 runners on base for Seacombe Tigers.
Beautiful pitch from Talia.
That's the first strikeout of the game as well. Talia coming back. That change-up was there to be called. I think Pete found a great punch-out, by the way, on the Aqaba replay. Yeah, I can't see anything wrong with the strike zone tonight. And at the end of one complete inning, well, both teams had their chances, but defence held up. Other games on tonight. Sturt play Walkerville. Now, they met each other earlier in the season as well, round 2. They had a draw, 3-3 right here on Spacequake Sports. So it'll be interesting to see the results of that game, and we'll bring you some updates as the night goes on. Walkerville, of course, have been on a bit of a roll. They've won their last 2, and Sturt had their first win of the season on Saturday as well. So both teams coming off a good win. This Saturday, we got the Hills Heat Club round. Hills Heat will play Sturt 3 p.m. right here on Spacequake Sports. Glenelg play West Torrens and Seacombe play Walkerville, and you can catch all the action right here on Spacequake Sports.
As Emma Burridge is going to lead off the second inning here for us for the West Torrens Eagles.
We might talk more about Hills Heat Club round in the next inning break, I reckon. We'll get some more details, and it'd be great if the softball community get behind them. Each of the club rounds are important to each of the teams and their fundraising efforts.
So Emma goes after that second pitch to bring the count 1-1. Takes a big swing at that one too. Shepherd just painting the outside edge there. She does seem to have a little bit more of an up ball tonight. Be interesting to see how that develops as the game goes on, if she starts to rely on any other pitches.
These West Torrens batters are certainly not going to go down without a fight.
Nice pitcher's pitch there, low and in, just missing the corner, bringing the count to 2-2. Emma's quite a patient hitter, aggressive, but she's pretty patient, so she's got a good eye. She fouls that one off behind her. Good job to get her hands to it. Those rise balls, I know, like on the camera, it really looks like, why are you swinging at that? But it's really hard.
It is.
It's really, really hard.
Yeah, there's certainly.
That's why you see so many do it.
Yeah. It's certainly something that a lot of other sports don't have. So, yeah.
She fouls that one off, stays in the game, drawing out this at bat a little bit.
Shepherd throwing them in hard. We might have to break out the radar gun, I reckon, soon, because I'd love to see the clock on Price, Caudle, Geldof, some of the new faces in the Premier League this season.
Yeah.
See how they measure up against the champ.
Just clears that one up the middle, jammed her a little bit, but Burridge does just enough to punch that ball through the infield and get herself a lead-off single for West Torrens.
That was you, by the way.
Me?
He talked you up and you didn't even realise that.
Great shot from Emma Burridge there in the Aqaba Hotel replay. Lead-off single for West Torrens in both the first and second inning.
Let's see.
Sorry?
No, I was going to say, I'm like, definitely going to be interesting to see how they all. We've got quite a few new faces pitching this year, so yeah, let's see how they measure up to, speed-wise and how they are actually game-wise.
Brings up to bat Sophie Hoyle as she shapes to bunt. And fouls that first one there. Good to see someone like Sophie, who's such a renowned power hitter, is pretty quick to put out that sack bunt when the situation calls, and that's a really good sign of just being a team player, really.
She's certainly someone who can send the ball very deep, as you said, but she's a very smart player as well.
She shapes for the second pitch. Pushes that one in, picked up by Becky Havis. Play at 1. Slight bobble, but I think second base Thomas had it in time. No problems for the out at 1. You can see here in the Arkabar replay, Pecky picks that up really well. Has a quick peek at second. Handled okay over there by Thomas for the out. It was a great bunt by Soph.
Yeah, beautiful bunt.
Perfect. Never in doubt over there.
Done a job as well, advancing the runner to scoring position.
Brings up number 17 for the night. As she hits that one up the middle, and that's aggressive base running for a tag play, and the run, and Burridge is out as Jordan Harris hits into a fielder's choice. We'll see this one here in the replay. That's a good knockdown by the pitcher. That tag just got there in time. Played cool by Diaz there.
A lot of aggressive base running tonight. So
yeah, lots of running there. Brings to the plate Abby Luttrell, who I think this is her first.
This might be a Premier League debut.
Yeah, how exciting for her. We missed that in the
opener. Yeah.
Yeah, what a great opportunity for her. See what she can do with the bat.
Just back on that play before, just for Shepherd. The ball's on her backhand side, a slight little fumble, but she's still the presence of mind for the lead runner. Made a really good throw as well. So good fielding, good recovery from Shepherd for the second out.
As Luttrell, is it Luttrell or Luttrell? I think it might be Luttrell. Fouls that one behind her to stay in the game on an 0-2 count.
I am loving how many younger players are coming through as well, with no matter what team as well.
Shepherd still challenging her in the 0-2 count, throwing the ball around, and Luttrell getting her hands to it. Fancy little split screen here.
Space Wag just taking it to another level this
Always.
year. 9 years and still improving.
Nice pitch there by Shepherd to see if she'd get the hitter to bait, but Luttrell will look at that one for a ball, brings the count to 1-2. Well, she's making her work for it, isn't she?
Yeah,
it's a great battle there.
She's certainly not going down without a fight.
No, she's doing really well. Tell you what though, as a pitcher, there is nothing more frustrating.
Done a long battle, like a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitch at bat.
Yeah. Oh, and that one is called for the strikeout. Peterson will pick it up and tag her. Doesn't miss a beat for the third out of the inning.
Well, I'll tell you who did miss a beat just then. It was West Torrens, because the catcher didn't complete the take. It dropped out of the glove. Even with 2 out, that runner could go. Oh,
yeah, she was quick. She was real quick to tag
She was so quick, I never saw the tag.
Yeah.
No, she's certainly on top of that very quickly.
Well, there you go. West Torrens in that inning. Lead-off single, advanced by the bunt, rinse and repeat from the first inning. But batters 6 and 7 couldn't get the job done. So 0-0, middle of the second inning. We'll go into the home half. Hills Heat. Thank you, Steph.
What can I get from the Hills Heat fundraising food situation?
Yeah, the Hills Heat Club Day fundraising efforts at the barbecue, bacon, egg and cheese. I would say sandwiches or rolls, maybe sausage and onion on bread. Nachos.
Ooh, that's fun.
Is that the first time we've had nachos?
Yeah,
here?
that's a new one. I could get around that.
Heat cookies,
That's
lolly
cool too.
bags, and
Gluten-free.
GF brownies.
Gluten-free brownies.
Gluten-free. There you go. How about that? And,
Quite something for everyone there.
and that is from the support of a local butcher, Sterling Variety Meats. Thank you so much for your support for the Hills Heat Club as well.
I think it's forecasted to be like 31 degrees odd. It's going to be a fantastic day. As Talia throws first one down for the inning for a called strike on the hitter Hannah Cameron.
Now, Hannah Cameron has moved from a club, right? First year with Seacombe. Okay, I'll be...
Every year there seems to be quite a bit of movement. So it takes me half the season to get my head around it.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else, but good to see her getting an opportunity here in the Premier League.
Talia just painting those corners, doing a really good job trying to get the hitters to swing. As the count is 2-2, Pete has held up for the field. As Hannah gets just underneath that, Lana is going to call off. It's going to tip her glove, but Latrell's going to make the out at first base because Hannah Cameron was still stood in the box watching Lana try and catch the ball.
Yeah, interesting. You could hear the coach from third saying hustle up the line, but it looked like it was foul the whole way. Lana's got to get an assist on that play.
Yeah, she will. She should too. Straight, you can see she popped straight out of the catcher's little square, went straight to the ball, and then I think maybe just having a she gave that a cracker of a go. But just having maybe a little bit of youth in the pitcher in the first base position, Lana tried to take control of that one. Probably didn't end up
Well,
probably
both
being
pitcher
her
and
fault.
first base. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I was going to comment on the weather. I was going to say it's a beautiful night here at West Beach, and then a gust of wind come up.
That's fine, James. It's okay. I'm not offended. Talia gets ahead of the count. No balls and 2 strikes for the next hitter.
That's twice I've done it. So.
Yeah, it is actually.
You're doing a fantastic job.
I can't wait till you listen to this back. 3 pitches in a row for a strikeout to Sutton. Picks up a bit of confidence on that one as the Eagles get to throw the ball around for the second out of the inning.
And both strikeouts have been looking tonight as well. So Sutton painting the corners.
The corners.
Beautiful pitch.
Brings to the plate Michaela Thomas, second baseman for the Tigers. She takes a hack of that one, fouls that one back.
Nine hitter. We'll see Reagan Diaz come up if she can get on.
I wish I knew more about Michaela Thomas. I believe she's maybe new to the lineup this year.
Maybe another player making their Premier League debut. We need to get more information from the teams, right?
Yeah. She hits that one. Maddie Scott does a great job. What a stretch over there by youngster Abby Luttrell. That was fantastic.
It's a great stretch.
Great inning from the young player from West Torrens. On screen right there, Luttrell, who's made a good play after cleaning up Lana's mess. And then Maddie Scott, good play, fires it across. And how's that stretch over at first?
Far out. They're some long legs, aren't they?
Makes me jealous as a first baser. I wish I had that flexibility.
Maddie did a fantastic job there, though, with that transfer. Throw just a little bit low, but Abby plucked that out, no problems. Looks like she does that every other day.
Yeah, thanks, Steph. I've got a job to do tonight, and that's to let you guys know how the other game's going on Diamond 2 between Sturt and Walkerville. And I can tell you that the I score's not updated. So, so if the I score catches up, we'll bring you some more updates on that game as we go. But we're going to start off the third inning. This is Talia Sutton. She hits in the 8th spot.
She does indeed. I feel like so much has happened and it's only 0-0. Ooh, great pitch there by Shepherd. Just painted that inside upper corner for a ball. But that was a very nice pitch. Talia takes a good cut at that one that time, brings the count to 1-1. That same sort of pitch from the first pitch, Talia takes her hands to this time, fouls it off, bring the count to 1-2. We'll watch if we continue to see that up ball from Whitney, and we'll see if the West Torrens can adjust.
It's certainly an effective pitch. She's definitely making the players work for that, and she can either just bring it above and paint that corner, or she's making them commit and swing for it.
Really going at him though. I think of the 4 pitches, they've all been essentially the same up and in pitch, so really challenging these hitters here.
Nice little pitcher-on-pitcher matchup too, so...
Yeah, my favourite. There's that lower pitch, just missed, probably down and maybe a little bit of cross-up. a little bit of a cross-up there for a ball. Talia doing well just to stay alive. We've had some long at-bats, actually. You can see here on the Arca Bar Hotel replay, she does a good job just to get her hands to it, but just dipping under that rise ball. Full count here on the hitter. Will we see... Oh, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, don't get caught in the commentator's curse.
Oh, do you know what I was going to say?
No.
I was going to say, will we see another leadoff get on base?
Well, we just saw another leadoff get on base. 3rd time in 3 innings for West Torrens.
Thought it into an existence.
And I think for... Oh, no, Seacombe had a...
Seacombe led off their first with a
inning,
double,
yep.
and then we saw the pop-up.
So this brings up to bat left fielder Caitlin Holt in the 9 hole. She squares to bunt, just pulls that one foul. Tell you what, it'd be absolutely crucial if she can put a bunt down here just to move the runner. Because now, I mean, what are we in? We're half an hour into the game. That puts your runner on second base in a 0-0 game with top of your lineup, Maddie Scott, Leisha Marchink, Larkin O'Kaysler up to
With
bat.
the top... No, I'm kidding. I'm just going to repeat myself. Repeat you again. Yeah, great point, Steph. And this is going to be the 3rd at-bat where we see lead-off get on. Square up to bunt. So, yeah, West Torrens definitely not looking to change their tactic tonight.
No, although she didn't put, didn't square up to bunt that time. She takes a hack and fouls that one behind. Puts 2 strikes on the board. Takes away that sort of bunt option.
Definitely that crucial part of the game where one run can either open the floodgates or become a 1-run game in total.
I noticed that Mutsi at shortstop's playing quite up the middle too, probably setting up for a double play as Holt fouls another ball behind her.
Yeah, I don't mind that. She may have identified that the batter's a little behind it, or because most of the hitters in the Premier League, I'm not saying all, most of the hitters are pull hitters, and that would probably inch her a little bit towards left field, but you're right, she's going up that middle.
As Holt turns on that ball to third base, Diaz, as she just gets a glove to it but can't quite handle it, keeps the runner at second, but that'll be probably an error, a hit.
Yeah, we can see the red pen over to our left, and although Diaz did a good job to at least knock it down, otherwise it was going in that hole that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Overruns it, runner advances to second.
Yeah.
Well done, batters 8 and 9 for West Torrens.
How crucial is that, Jess, getting your 8 and 9 hitters, the lower part of your lineup on base, to turn around for your leadoff hitter? Ooh, still attacking Maddie on that inside pitch, I see. She's doing really well to hit those corners, but they're just inside.
Yeah, to go back to what you said, Steph, yeah, getting your 8 and 9 on, especially when, you know, you've got a leadoff like Maddie Scott, who is very reliable to get on base as well. It certainly makes it a lot tougher in the field, and you have to think about what you're going to do in every situation, as we see Peterson speaking.
What would you say to your pitcher in this moment, Jess?
If I was catching, maybe just get the lead runner, maybe 3-1. So with someone like Maddie who does have a lot of speed, yeah, you could go 3-1. You could also go 3-2. So it depends on situational, and in a nil ball game, it's a lot tougher as well.
Yeah, Maddie Scott did have that hit to right field to lead off the first inning as she fouls that one into her feet.
Yeah, Maddie can lay a drag bunt down, or otherwise she can hit with power. We've seen her do both already this year. Had it in the park home run a couple of weeks ago, so we know she's got the speed as well. So a real threat in the box here.
Goes up and in again, just gets away from Peterson, the catcher, as Sutton will scoot on over to third base, which takes off the force, opens up first base for Maddie Scott, now putting 2 runners in scoring position.
Old mate Lee Hale would probably make some sort of ridiculous call like put her on, but hard to do when you got premiership players Martian, Kaiser, Burridge, Hoyle to follow.
I was going to say the lineup behind is no slackers either.
As Scott will line that one over to shortstop, the play at home plate, and Sutton is out on the tag by Peterson. What a great play by shortstop, Mutzi. Shortstop or?
It's been a huge night for Seacombe in defence.
As you can see, Diaz dives for it. Mutzi picks it up fine, but makes a fantastic throw. Peterson makes the tag at home plate. Not bad running, but Dahlia, I think she may have just thought the ball got through.
Geez, Seacombe have been off. You can't teach those plays. You can't train for those plays on Tuesday nights. West Torrens have lost 3 runners, 2 at the plate and 1 at third base tonight.
Yeah, Seacombe have been polished, I will say, in the field. That is a fantastic play there by Mutzi.
What made it harder was Diaz diving across in front
the ball,
as well.
Yeah. And then having to make the throw, like when you're throwing in line with the runner, I don't know if you can see my hands, but when you're throwing in line with the runner and you don't, like, that's visually quite a hard throw to make. And then Peterson, no doubt, laid the tag. Brings us in a 1-3-6 split situation with Speedy Scott on first and Alicia Marchink at the plate. Maddie takes off on the pitch, standing up at second. Peterson on that pitch threw down to third straight away. So interesting to see. That's probably maybe Seacombe's go-to in that situation. But with the wheels of Maddie at 1 going to 2, you almost don't want to risk it.
Well, you got a youngster at second, and Mutzi was inside the line on that pitch, so they were never defending through.
As Marchink lines that one over to shortstop at Mutzi for an easy can of corn.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it.
We'd still call it a line drive. It'll be a soft line drive, but straight to her. She's really stood up tonight over at shortstop.
She has indeed. Absolute no doubter. Brings up Lana Kaiser. 2 out, 2 runners in scoring position. Last time she had a foul fly to Becky Havis that turned around and made that phenomenal play at home plate. As Shepherd goes up and in for the first pitch on a ball. Pete's been pretty consistent with his zone tonight, though. He has not called that all night, and Lana's pretty confident that he's not going to start calling it. She leaves that for ball 1.
Now, Seacombe shut out West Torrens on the Saturday game of round 1, 5-0. And with plays like that, it's so easy to tell how and why.
Yeah, they're looking very clean in the field. She misses that up and in pitch again. I think we obviously can see that that's probably that go-to pitch here for Shepherd, but when you're just missing the zone or it's not working so well for you, it's so critical as a pitcher to have something else that you can go to as your sort of your go-to strike. She comes back in a little bit lower. That fastball inside for a strike brings the count to 3-1. Burridge on deck did have that safe hip up the middle. So this is a real key at bat here for West Torrens Eagles, or for Seacombe. As Lana just sort of chokes that up the middle, that's going to score 1. It's going to score 2. Maddie Scott comes in standing up, no problem whatsoever, as Lana Kaiser has the first 2 RBIs for the ball game. Oh, look at her. She's happy.
Yeah, clutch hitting when West Torrens have been struggling to score those runners that they've been getting into scoring position. Along comes Kayser and just peels a single up the middle and scores 2.
Those are those hits that they may not feel great off the bat, but they definitely do what you want them to do, and they feel good when your runners are going over the plate too.
All right, we've just got an update from Diamond 2. Walkerville leading Sturt 2-0. As
Peterson tries
yeah.
to pick off young Sutton, Little Sutton, who's just come in for a pinch runner for Lana Kayser at first. Off you go, James.
No, I'll do it in the inning break.
Okay.
I'll do it in the inning break.
As Burridge takes a big swing to bring the count to 1-1. What a cool moment for little Sienna. I just don't want to call it little. For Sienna over there at first base, getting a few opportunities to pinch run. I think she's like 13, maybe?
I was going to say 13, 14,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Should be an up-and-coming youngster. As Burridge fouls that one back. Oh. And a great catch there by Peterson. Had to navigate through the umpire. Helmet flew off, did a little spin, but seemed to catch that no problems.
Those are the ones that the West Beach Wind love to take, and you can see by the path, but she took the...
Yeah, she even had a little bit of a kerfuffle, but found the fence right away and then sort of came off the fence, you'll notice. Did a fantastic job of catching that.
It's a beautiful play.
Well, Pete Fairley did his best to get in the way of the play there, and he was hip and shouldered out the way, and he's given me a wry smile because I can know that he can hear me. We love our umpires here at Softball SA, taking a well-earned drink as well. Diamond 2. Thanks a lot to Diamond Bar and Anthony and his crew for bringing us this update. Walkerville leading 2-0 for the Walkerville Cats fans watching at home. Over the Sturt Falcons, it's Taylor Caudle versus Ollie Durham on the stripe. And that's all I've got for you.
I've also heard that Taylor might be on the mic on Saturday. Would I be correct in saying that?
You might be in the know. I don't.
I have a sneaky
haven't seen the
suspicion that
roster this
Taylor
year.
might be making her debut on the mic.
Awesome.
Well, we look forward to hearing from Taylor.
So to kick off the bottom of the 3rd inning, Seacombe Tigers back up to their lead-off as Diaz starts us off. Did have a double to left field last time, so she'll be looking to do the same. As she lays down a running bunt, Lana picks it up right away, makes the out at 1. Wow, look at that.
True. Again in the play.
So much happened then. Oh yeah, taken by Luttrell at first base.
And Kayser like a cat. Taking that just off
You
the
know
chalk.
what? I'm going to call that mystical by Lana. That was a fantastic play.
Beautiful
But look
bunt.
at that ball spinning. You can't practice that. Picks it up bare hand, doesn't miss a beat.
That's another one of those ones they're throwing behind the runner too.
Tell you what, though, I really love that by Diaz. Like, first at bat, came up, hit a double, running bases, crushing it, and then obviously has the confidence and the speed and, like, the versatility as a player to turn around and put down a running bunt.
I reckon if it had gone an extra metre, she would have been safe.
It just hit that little bit. As Lana pops up right away, catches Sasha Mutsi's foul fly back behind her. She's really in the game tonight,
Done it
Lana,
again.
isn't she? Here we see on the Arkabar replay. I didn't even see her get up. She was just up.
Jess, just coming off 2 RBIs as well, the only runs of the game.
Yeah.
She's been in the last 2 plays. You'd be pumped about now, right?
Yeah, it's one of those moments where you start feeling the adrenaline run as well, so she'd be feeling really good right now.
Well, we know she polls votes really well. She's a Cath Carroll medalist herself. It's a small club, but, you know, here I am spoiled sitting next to 2 of them. Kayser out there on the field as well. Has got one in the pocket. Where's Mel McGee? She's normally around.
Somewhere.
She's got 4 of them. It's a great game. She might be in the votes again. And Jess, you're going to be speaking to the Sporties Bar player of the game.
Yes, I get to check to them about the game, and it'll be interesting to see who I'm going to be interviewing.
Becky lines that one down third baseline.
I was going to say, I believe actually Lani won the one directly after me, actually. So, nice little day.
Two balls, one strike. The count here for Havas. She watches that up and out.
Talia's going up in her own right as well, but she's testing the Seacombe batters now as well.
Yeah, Talia's done such a good job so far. And you watch her in the mound. She's so, she keeps such a good demeanour. As Havis gets underneath that one, but Luttrell's going to shimmy across and grab that foul ball. The third out of the inning.
Well, it could possibly be her Premier League debut. She's definitely holding her own.
See here on the Aqaba Hotel replay. Finds the base right away. You can see that with her feet. Drop steps well, reads the ball completely under it. Never in doubt.
This has been a defensive masterclass from both teams tonight. On point. One slight blemish from the error on a tough play from Reagan Diaz at third base, but that run did score, so been costly. What do you got for us, Steph?
Inside scoop, Michaela Thomas is making her debut here for the Seacombe Tigers. She's actually moved over from New South Wales a couple of years ago, but she was on the under-16 state team last year.
Amazing. Okay, that's good intel, and obviously Luttrell's making her debut. If someone from West Torrens can confirm that for us. I appreciate the intel and the messages. Don't send us too many. We've got a job to do here, and that is to call this amazing game that we call softball. We've got Whitney Shepherd doing the pitching for the Seacombe Tigers, and I've got 3 Cathcart medals and 5 Premier League premierships sitting to my left. Steph Trzynski calling the play-by-play, and Jess Maslin with all the Aqaba special comments. Enjoying it tonight. You guys are legends. You guys are naturals at this.
Yeah, it's different from being on the field, certainly, but it's nice to have you guys here and calling what seems to be, and certainly is a great game.
We love what we do here, and makes it even better when people like you are joining us, stars of the game.
I love that more and more players are getting involved and being behind the mic as well. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, a little change up there from Shepherd. Haven't seen too many of those yet. She threw a nice little hard, crisp fastball on the outside for strike one, followed up with a change up. So Peterson and Shepherd here identifying that they need to start mixing things up a little bit. With that hard outside pitch to go straight back to it. So a little bit of a different tactic here, sort of straying away from that up and in or that up pitch. Maybe finding a bit more success mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah, first chance to swing for Hoyle tonight as well. She bunted in the first. Successfully, mind you. It's a good hole with 2 strikes.
Yeah, that is a tough pitch to lay off of.
That's a beautiful
Yeah.
Yeah.
I certainly would have been probably singing, not going to lie.
Me too. Sophie takes that little 2-strike adjustment, shortens up, just looking to punch the ball into play. She takes, there's that another change up for a ball. Brings it to a 3-2 count, full count. And there's that pitch that Shepherd's been hunting for all night. Calls Sophie Hoyle, sorry. Sophie Hoyle looking on that up and in pitch. I know.
We certainly have a lot of people who have a very
Here we can see on the Aqaba replay, that is a fantastic pitch by Shepherd. Wasn't much that Sophie could have done with it. A little fist pump there from Peterson too to finish it off.
Just her second strikeout of the night, both pitches with 2 Ks.
Brings up Harris as she goes after the first pitch. Unlike her, fouls it off. Maybe it's the jersey. Maybe it's number 17 in her.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I blame her dad as well. Always in her ear. The first one's always there, he says.
Leaves that inside pitch for ball 1.
So she's still nibbling away at those edges, trying to get the tempt the Eagles into swinging for them, but they're playing very smart.
Yeah, I will say Shepherd hasn't missed much over the plate. She's hitting the corners really well. As there's that change up the middle. Mutsi puts a great effort in, but Harris is standing up at first base with a safe hit to centre field.
Not a bad piece of the ball. She went up the middle last time. It hit the backhand glove of Shepherd. She was able to knock it down. This one finds its way up the middle.
Great piece of the ball there by Harris. Oh, Mutsy's so close to that. It was almost like closer than,
Sort of
She
handcuffed
was,
her.
yeah, it did handcuff her. That's the word. Thank you, Jess. Puts a runner on first base for first baseman tonight, Abby Luttrell.
Well, would round out a great Premier League debut with a hit, wouldn't it? Here, she struck out her first time up. Oh, why don't you give me a dirty look?
James.
You can't say that.
But she didn't go down without a fight, that's for certain.
She hits, oh, she's fast. Look at her run as she hits that ball just off the glove of Shepherd. And she absolutely soared up that line. Those big long legs, look at her go.
So she certainly got some speed about her.
I think, unfortunately, that one might go down as a error, but on base hit.
I've seen the red pen come out.
Seen the red pen. Puts ball in play, and that defense that we've been so highly praising tonight is starting to show a couple little cracks.
Will you put the ball in play? Anything can happen, especially on the dirt here at West Beach.
Absolutely.
You'll get 7 out of 10 kind bounces, but it's those 3 out of 10 that you don't want to be behind.
No, you don't want to be on the end of those.
Brings up Talia Sutton, the pitcher, with an 0-1 count. She watches the second pitch here, falls behind 0-2. Or Shepherd gets in front, 0-2.
Walked last time, so they're taking no chances. Straight to an 0-2 count.
That big open stance there, it's not something you see so much anymore as she just gets underneath that one as Shepherd goes up and in for strike 3.
Taking no chances, as you said, and that's a beautiful pitch there. From
There's
Shepherd.
that up and in pitch that she's, when it's on, right? That's a fantastic pitch and she has a lot of success with it. Just looks like she needs to maybe set it up a little bit better because it's struggling to get the corners called, I suppose, by Pete, but it is a fantastic pitch and really hard as a hitter to lay off of.
That is the first strikeout swinging tonight.
Wow, look at that.
God, I was not the only one looking for that just then.
Brings to the bat left fielder, Caitlin Holt.
9-hitter, so Maddie Scott eagerly awaiting in the on-deck circle. Looks like she's getting some extra coaching from the stand. You guys saw that too?
Yeah, I did see that.
I'm saying probably from Jill
Yeah,
rather than Andrew.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think it would land. Good to see her having a bit of fun out there, though. 3-0 count here for Caitlin to the 9-hitter. That is a cardinal sin as a pitcher. Finds the strike zone there, going right at her.
It's not going to let her get away.
Yeah, are you looking again as the 9-hitter with the 3-1 now? Take her even deeper in the count, put that little bit of extra pressure.
Oh, what a great eye there great pitch by Shepherd too. Lots of those pitches. Pitches. That was really hard to say. Loads of bases up for Maddie Scott, lead-off hitter for West Torrens. 2 out.
Shepherd's thrown really well
She's
tonight.
thrown real well.
Only 3 strikeouts, but 2 walks could be costly. 1 to the 8-hitter, 1 to the 9-hitter.
Okay, so now we've got loaded bases with 2 down. Could be anything could happen here.
See if she'll go inside again. They've clearly got a game plan against Maddie. As Damien says no go on the swing for ball 1.
We're all obviously fans. We're sitting here waiting with anticipation.
As Maddie lines that one up the middle. It's going to score 1. It's going to score 2. Caitlin's going to stand up at 3. Maddie's going to stand up at 2 for a 2-run RBI for Scott over there at second base.
Another great effort from Sasha there, though. You can't take that away from her, but that's a beautiful hit by Maddie straight up the middle.
Fantastic there on the Arkabar replay. You can see again, Mutsy getting so close to them. Gloved pretty well by Hannah Cameron, but the runners on base, there was absolutely no stopping them with 2 out. They were going on the hit. Jordan Harris there, all smiles. Abby, all smiles. I saw Caitlin celebrating over at third base as well. Oh, there she is. Well done, Maddie.
She'll be happy with that.
Not quite the Otani dab, is it? It's Yeah, that was more of a...
More muted version.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a Trump shuffle, wasn't it? How he dances with
I
the...
would have no idea.
Timeout called from Bill Benedictson, coach of the Seacombe Tigers. West Torrens get an opportunity to have a chat. We're at 4-0 now here in the top of the fourth. 2 out, runner at 2. We're at hitter 2 in the lineup for West Torrens, but Seacombe Tigers are the home team tonight, so they will always have the right of reply and will bat last regardless. We're about 57 minutes into the game as well, so still plenty of time for the Tigers to come back. They've already had one big come from behind victory this year against Glenelg.
They're certainly not a team that will ever stop fighting back, and they are a dangerous team and can certainly come back and score when they need.
Yeah, and let's not forget that the scoreline between West Torrens and Seacombe last game was 5-0. So Seacombe put 5 runs up on West Torrens, no problems last time. As Peterson will try and pick off, and she picks off Holt over there at third base. How's that to get your team out of a jam?
Seacombe have done it again. West Torrens lose another runner in scoring position. 2 at home, 2 at third, and it comes from the cannon of an arm here from Peterson. Good tag from Diaz as well.
You know what? She's got a cannon, but the transfer between ball and glove, look at that. She actually dropped it into her hand. The speed, like that is such a quick transfer, and that up and in pitch. Yeah, it was very good. Noted.
Beautiful
Nearly
throw.
Peterson, absolutely noted.
Note taken. Everyone on the base paths nearly's got one hell of a cannon.
I'm eagerly anticipating producer Brandon for any graphics that might be coming around about the hour mark. There they are. Softball on Spacequake Sports. I was ready and prepared for you this time, Brandon. This Saturday, Hills Heat Club round, 3 p.m. versus the Sturt Falcons. On Sunday, it is the New South Wales Super League, the doubleheader for Manly Wolves versus Manly. Then the Manly Eagles take on the Mounties, and Sunshine Under 21 Classic over in Victoria between the Chargers and the Gators. Only the best guess on Spacequake broadcast. Lang Harrow was on last night, and next Wednesday. Are we broadcasting next Wednesday? Is there something I don't know?
I can't help you.
Let's wait and see. I might not mention that one. We've got an update from Diamond 2, but Steph, you've got the play-by-play.
Going back into the game, James, bottom of the fourth, and Peterson, who just made that fantastic throw out, is the hitter coming up to the plate right now to get something going for the Seacombe Tigers. The count is 1-1.
I thought I heard a rumour we were taking a bit of a spell for Wednesday nights for the next couple of weeks.
I also heard a whisper about that.
But still, catch the Premier League action Saturdays at 3 p.m.
Bit of a smile on Sutton's face there as that change-up missed a little bit high. Brings the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. As Peterson fouls that one, just kind of jammed her down left field line.
Looks like a ball player, doesn't she?
Yeah,
Peterson?
she does.
That good arm. I did hear something funny about her at training the other night. They were doing some infield training, and she was out there on the dirt with a catcher's glove, and they said, why don't you put your fielder's glove on?
She gets underneath that. Burridge from second base calls it right away for a really high ball and takes another can of corn over there.
Yeah, good play from Burridge on the Akbar Hotel replay. Had to make up some ground and a little bit of a swirling breeze tonight as well. So good play. Finish off my story. She didn't have one. She didn't have a fielding glove. She
really?
Only got a catching glove. She only caught when she was in college. And you would have got about 100 free gloves when you were at Cal.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Change of division for Cal this year.
No, not change in division, change of conference.
Not division, conference. Yeah, conference.
Yeah.
But they're playing in Atlantic.
They're in the... No, they're not.
ACC.
Oh, are they in the ACC? Yeah, they are in the ACC, you're right. Yeah, they're in the ACC. It's a lot of
Atlantic,
travel,
They're in California.
Yeah, there's a lot of travel. Yep.
Oh, well, Big Ten no longer? No,
No,
not Big Ten.
Pac-12.
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 God.
It's too many
The
divisions.
Pac-12
There
has
is.
actually changed. I don't even know if it's called the Pac-12 anymore, but it used to be the Pac-9, and then schools came, and then schools left, and then it was Pac-10. Like, I don't know what it is anymore. But when I was there,
I think
in the good old days,
did
it was the
only two of them-
Pac-12.
Did only 2 of them stay as well?
Yeah, there's not many. I don't know what's happened.
I don't know what's
Falling
happening
apart
over
a
there.
little bit.
In the NCAA.
It's because Oregon left, and as Lint gets just underneath that, Holt's going to call it out there in left field pretty confidently. Lots of high fly balls tonight, falling second out of the inning.
Those balls, when they certainly go up, they certainly swell. But she
Yeah.
had no problem out there, Caitlin. She's sat under that quite happily.
Yeah, she gets real swirly out there. Caitlin, big, nice, loud call, because you know Maddie at shortstop's going to take absolutely, everything she absolutely can. So good on Caitlin for calling her off.
So Maddie was nearly there as well with her
She
speed.
probably could have caught it. As that change-up will go in for a ball 1.
All right, with the risk of the commentators cursing again, 9 retired in a row for West Torrens after Seacombe got 3 on base, left them loaded.
And we saw something similar in that first game against Port Adelaide, actually. West Torrens Port. Sutton took a little bit to settle in with the zone, I think. But once she was through that first inning, she really hit her stride. She was fine. And I'm seeing similar sort of signs here as Lana just decided to not catch that one. Don't know what happened there.
Caught her off guard maybe a little
Yeah,
bit.
looked like it crossed her up a little bit. I'll have you back there, Lana. Brings a count 2 balls, 1 strike. Just missed that up pitch there by Talia. Talia's got a little bit of everything. Still a young pitcher, probably still finding, how she's going to command the mound, I suppose, as a pitcher as she matures. But she has a little bit of rise ball, a little bit of drop ball. That ball's fouled off. She's got that nice, slow change-up that she's working on. So she's got a little bit of everything, which can be really good and really handy to have, rather than a pitcher that gets really hung up on 1 or 2 pitches.
For someone so young as well, she has such great control in there as well, and that change-up is beautiful.
And credit to Lana. Between Lana jumping in to help out catching a little bit, while Amber's just a little bit out at the moment. Doesn't miss a beat, stepped in, doing fantastic job in Talia's ear the whole time. It's like she's never left the catcher's position.
It's like riding a bike for her. She stepped in straight away.
I think the catcher's glove was a little bit crusty, but it still works fine.
Oh, look, it will break in eventually.
Yeah.
Pitcher on pitcher battle.
Full count here. Payoff pitch. As Shepherd will watch that pitch for ball 4 as she takes first base.
Well, that is the commentator's curse right there. 9 retired in a row. The last runner to get on was base on balls back in the first inning. Base on balls here in the 4th. With 2 out, courtesy runner for the pitcher.
I was just going to say, we've got Reagan coming in to run, so we definitely know there's some wheels on first now.
She's a bit close to the... Don't know about that one.
Next 4 batters.
Yeah, she
is
is. I would be...
Well, she'll
As
take a
she's
base.
going to take second base on a little bit of a miscue there by Lana.
You know what? West Torrens can appeal this, but
Yeah.
it's because it is a repairable
Running
infraction,
situation, yeah.
right? Yeah, there's no penalty. So if West Torrens wanted to, they could.
Oh, we've got... Hang on. We've got...
Here we go.
Here we go.
We've got a question here. We've got some action in the West Torrens coach.
Yeah.
As if she
Doesn't
heard
want
us.
to talk to Lana.
Yeah, so
She
it'll
might be
be...
questioning that.
Yeah, that's what it'll be about. And Coach Lamoureux, with plenty of experience, would know where we are in the lineup. Do you know what? I know that it's always been possible that this could happen, but I've never actually seen it. So
Yeah, can't say I've ever seen something like this, but I mean, as we're all saying, Reagan's got great speed.
See here on the Aqaba replay, Reagan read that ball really well. Didn't miss a beat. Just popped out of Lana's glove at the last second.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. If they say that Reagan can't run, who they're going to bring in?
Probably
Sasha?
Probably Mutsi, who's the next hitter.
Probably Sasha.
or
Someone on the bench.
Or a
Certainly
bench
no
player,
Slash.
yeah. All right, while we've got a break in the game, we've got an update from the backfield. Walkerville did break out to a 4-0 lead. Hayley Mayer with 2 triples in the game and 3 RBIs. Sophie King with a couple of hits. Sophie Roberts with a hit and an RBI before Sturt fighting back. It's 4-3 in the 4th inning. Walkerville still leading. Singles to Ollie Durham and Ashland men's 4th before a double from Maddie Cameron to bring them back within 1 run. So umpires just checking here, and I'm sure Seacombe are aware of what's happening, but they're not taking the opportunity to change the runner.
Probably just trying to hope it slides by,
Yeah.
I imagine. I mean, why wouldn't you with the speed?
But yeah, certainly a good game happening out there on the back diamond.
It's a good little matchup between Caudle and Durham.
Durham, yeah.
Yeah, and like I said at the top of the show, they tied 3-3 first time they played.
I believe that was a broadcast game, wasn't it?
Was a broadcast
As we
game.
see Havis going out to switch places with Diaz.
Yeah, because Mutsi's in the next 4 batters as well. No, she'd be 5th.
No,
She'd be fifth, yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I don't
she's
know where it
4th.
starts.
She's in the next 4 batters after this
Afterwards,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know
Do you
where it
count the
starts.
current batter in the 4, or is it the
No.
4
I don't
after
think
the batter?
you would because
Surely not.
I don't know.
No.
No, I don't know.
Again, we've never seen it happen, so we've never needed to worry.
You might have to ask the ladies
Because
next
honestly,
to us.
if you had like, say there's none out. Oh no, because there's 2 out. Right? Yeah, I understand. So only 3 people, only 2 more people can get on base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the action here.
I feel like a little bit of a...
We've got Hannah
check.
Cameron up to bat.
Well, it's a win for West Torrens, isn't it? Because Reagan Diaz is probably the quickest in the
Yeah.
team for the Tigers, but it's only a little tiny win because Becky Havis is a state rep, experienced player.
As Cameron drives underneath that, and Alicia Marching covers a lot of ground to take that comfortably in centre field. Far out. That was a good piece of the ball
I
there.
was going to say, that travelled really
A
well.
little bit too much elevation, I think, for Cameron's liking. But she definitely got all of it, didn't she? We'll have a look here on the Argabar Hotel replay. As Alicia picks it up straight off the bat and takes the ball out in that centre-left gap out there.
She has read that beautifully.
All right, we're past the hour mark. Actually, we're up to about 70 minutes now. So just a bit of an update on what we've seen so far. 4 complete innings. West Torrens have led off 3 of their 4 innings with an on base. Failed to score in the first 2. It was a Lana Kaiser 2 RBI single to break the deadlock. And in the 4th inning, we saw Harris with a single. Abby Lateral got on with some wheels, a base on balls from Caitlin Holt, and then a 2 RBI double from Maddie Scott to put the score out to 4. Seacombe started off on fire. They actually got loaded bases in the bottom of the first, but West Torrens defence.
As Alicia will go after the first pitch, Motzi makes a little bit of a miscue, and Alicia will find herself safe at first base.
Yeah, she probably,
She threw it before she outed.
yeah, 2 minds about getting a quick throw off because she took it on the second bounce pretty high.
It looked like it just sort of popped out of her glove a bit because she definitely had the time because it was hit quite firmly.
Also like a little ice cream moment. This one's in the top of your glove.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jess, that's what happened. And it just sprung out the top. Lemon lime flavoured ice cream that just slipped out the
Just
cone.
Didn't want to stick.
As Kaiser will watch first pitch for a ball. Are you bunting here, James? Or are you hitting away?
Well, Kaiser's got 2 RBIs.
She does.
But we have seen the likes of Hoyle and Marching squared a bunt successfully as well to advance the runner. So they've done it already tonight, and a 2-0 count. Good pitch to do it on.
Shepherd still trying to find that up and in corner, just missing. Brings the count to a 3-0 pitch.
West Torrens have read that well. They know that she's using it a lot and they're staying off it until it starts to get called.
She comes back with a strike.
Jess, you got the Sporties Bar player of the game. Anyone stood out yet? You're thinking Maddie Scott, 2 hits and 2 RBIs. You're thinking Lana Kayser calling a good game behind the plate.
Yeah, I'm kind of between a few people here tonight. It's going to be tough, as you said, Maddie and Lana. But I've also got a little bit of a soft spot for Abby Luttrell on her debut as well. Like making some excellent plays.
Yeah, hasn't put a foot wrong, has she?
No. Talia also throwing a great game. As Lana absolutely drills that into that centre right gap. That's going to be extra bases for sure. Hannah Cameron does a good job to stop that as Alicia Marching will hold up at third. Lana for a stand-up double and some, what did I say, rather spooky dance moves out there.
She's loving it out there. She's putting her little dance shoes on.
It's a bit of thriller tonight. We saw Maddie Scott with the moves before. Alicia Marching was just being careful there. She was a little bit more than halfway. She thought it was safe and then took off for third.
Yeah.
I want to see those dance moves.
There they are.
There they are. Good little dance routines from West Torrens tonight.
Yeah. I must have missed that in the pre-game chat.
I was going to say, where are they getting all these dance moves?
As Shepherd goes straight at Burridge for strike 1.
Well, West Torrens at the top of the 5th inning. 2 runners in scoring position, holding on to a 4-run lead.
See Alicia over there being pretty timid with her lead-offs after seeing Peterson absolutely nail Holt at third base last inning. Rightly so. Especially with none out and 2 runners on base, you've got your 4, 5, 6 hitters up. No need to test the limits here. Shepherd finds that low outside corner that seems to be doing a really good job for her. Get ahead with those strikes.
She's definitely finding those edges. As you said earlier, she has not missed over the middle of the plate at all.
No, I think that one that Lana hit may have been a little bit middle. But overall, she's been, and we see a strikeout for Emma Burridge on that inside pitch. Yeah, she's hitting the corners fairly well. West Torrens just doing a really good job of being really disciplined and not laying off that up pitch. She brings it down a little bit there, forces them to go at it, and has a bit more success. Brings up Sophie Hoyle, the 5-hitter with the runners on 2 and 3 and 1 out. She goes after that first pitch as Muntzi's going to make the play at home plate, and that is the 2nd runner for West Torrens, third runner for West Torrens thrown out at home plate.
They definitely haven't got rid of their aggression tonight either. They're pushing hard and making the field work.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a firm hit too by Sophie. You see that Muntzi's got the ball in her glove and Alicia was still pretty close to her, but West Torrens' game plan is clearly to be aggressive and make Seacombe play good defence.
And another great throw from Sasha at shortstop there as well. Got that down to Nearly really quick as well.
First pitch swinging for Harris as she pops that into right field, picks herself another RBI as Sophie Hoyle will take 2 bases, standing up at third base. Almost falling over, but standing up at third base.
Showing her wheels there.
How's that hitting from Harris?
Yeah, just jammed a little inside out going to the right side, but it was enough to score the run, and now it's 5-0 to West Torrens.
Oh, and Sienna Sutton came in for a pinch run there. I missed that one too.
Yeah. I think we all missed that one, to be fair.
Yeah, I've got my head down in the scorecard, just having a look at the runners that West Torrens have lost, and that is a risk from West Torrens taking on the arm of Peterson with 2 out. But she faked the throw, looked for the runner at 3. They don't want to do any more damage to that scoreboard.
No, and honestly, Peterson has such a good arm. Every time between innings I've been watching it, and she hits it on a dime every time.
She's certainly a force to have behind that plate for Seacombe this year, and she's going to make everyone work for every base they want to take.
As Shepherd moves ahead of the count, 2 strikes, no balls. With 2 out, good place to be. Really going at Luttrell, the 7-hitter. For the West Torrens Eagles. And strike 3 swinging for Latrell last. That's how many strikeouts we got here for Shepherd
Up
now?
to,
There's been a few.
5.
Yeah.
Yep.
It feels like she's really put the gas on the last little bit here. We see that up and out pitch.
Yeah, 4 in the last 2 innings from Shepherd, but also in the last inning she's given up 4 hits and 2 errors in the field for 3 runs, and that is how West Torrens have scored their last 3 to take a 5-0 lead. You were right, Steph. They've lost 2 at the home plate now, but they've lost 2 at third base as well. So, yeah, 4 runners in over home and at third. What do they say? That's a cardinal sin for any team to lose runners at the plate.
No, I think it was 3.
I think it's 3 at home
yeah,
plate, to be fair.
Talia, Maddie.
I think it's Talia, Maddie, and Alicia.
Yeah.
Talia, Maddie, and Alicia.
Yeah, so 3 at home plate. Maddie got thrown out on the foul fly, and then Talia ran home on a hit to shortstop, I think.
I coloured in the wrong circle, and
Yeah.
I've been proven wrong. So
Yeah.
I had it in my head that it was 3.
Yeah.
And that's from terrific defence from Sasha
Yeah,
Mutsi
absolutely.
as well, right? She's been in a bunch of those plays.
She's been in the hot pocket. She's had a lot of balls hit her way tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it was the foul caught,
By Becky Harris.
by Becky Havis that make that good throw. So they've been on fire in the defence, Seacombe, but West Torrens have found a way to get that
Yeah,
lead out to
just
5.
Good timely hitting from West Torrens and a couple untimely miscues, I think, by Seacombe is really the difference in this, because I would say it feels a lot closer than this. Brings up Georgia Tompkinson in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch for a ball. And 2-0. She finds herself ahead of the count. Good to see Sutton having a bit of a smile out there.
Seems very relaxed as well.
Takes a big swing at that one, Tompkinson. Still a bit of a hitter's count for her.
Great little player, can do some serious damage. It's great to see her in the A grade still.
Yeah. Lana did that like a third base or a shortstop then, didn't she?
So that was autopilot from Lana
Yeah.
then.
She feels very low in the field at short and third. Honestly, that's pretty much what she looks like when she's at third base anyway.
She definitely commands presence there.
And Tompkinson just tries to pull out of that, but I think commits a bit too far for a swinging strike here. Brings the count up to full count. There's been lots of full counts tonight.
So there's certainly been some challenges tonight.
Lots
We've gone
of
some
full
long
counts.
at-bats as well.
Yeah. Wouldn't mind knowing a pitch count
All right.
later. As
Leave it with me.
Tompkinson picks herself a walk to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning.
So that's nearly every innings. Would I be correct in the lead-off getting up?
Fourth walk. No, it
Not
was
quite. Sorry.
only
Only
second of
2.
the 5
Yeah.
innings for Seacombe, but West Torrens on the flip side have been 4 out of 5.
Brings up Michaela Thomas, the 9-hitter. Be really important here for Sutton to stay really switched on. West Torrens do have that lead of 5 runs, but we've seen Seacombe hit the ball, especially with their 8-hitter getting on base. If there's 9-hitter and Thomas can find herself on, all of a sudden they've turned over the lineup as Thomas will line the ball up the middle, find herself a single, runners on 1 and 2, none out. They turn the lineup over in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Predicted it.
Who would have thought?
As Eric says, 7, 8, 9, get it done. That's how games are won. Sorry to steal your thunder there, Eric, but you're in Japan at the moment, so I don't care. Great shot from Thomas to get on base and advance the runner as well for Diaz. Timeout being called, and West Torrens are going to have a chat, and that's where I can tell you, Steph, that Talia Sutton's thrown 73 pitches in 4 innings of work, 2 strikeouts and 4 base on balls at the moment, going at a 44% first pitch
Yeah, that's a lot of pitches.
strike. Yeah.
44%, probably a bit lower than you'd probably want. Would be interesting to see how that stacks up to Shepherd's stats on the night too.
It's going at about 4 pitches per batter at the moment for Sutton. If we are to look on the other side of the card, Shepherd's gone 5 innings for 92 pitches. 25 batters faced, so that's just under 4 pitches a batter and a 50% first pitch strike rate.
Interesting. Diaz will take first pitch. So Diaz had that double to start the game off to left field, and then went after a first pitch bunt that spun kind of funky, and Lana picked up and nailed her at first. So watching first pitch for a strike, watching second pitch for a ball, brings the count to 1-1. She'll be eager to get after it, I'm sure, with a runner in scoring position.
We've actually seen Diaz do that over the course of her second year in the Premier League. You get an extra base hit and then you lay down that running bunt. You catch your infield on the heels. You know you've got the wheels to beat it out. But right now they need runs on the board, so I've no doubt she's swinging away.
You've got 2 very young runners on first and second as well, but they've all got wheels.
That one gets away from Kaiser. You can see Tompkinson absolutely books it to third base. I thought she was going to turn and keep going then for a second. She got very excited.
Well, I wasn't the only one. Thought she was coming home on that.
But good heads-up running by both base runners there to move through on that pass ball.
Moves them closer, and a sack flag would be in play now.
Sack flag in play, good point. And the outfield are very deep, particularly Holt at left field.
As Diaz will foul it off. Well, I suppose in this instance, James, you've got 2 runners on base, you've got a 5-run lead. As an outfielder, the ball's hit to you, you're going to score 1 run. You're probably going to score 2 runs, but what you want to do is limit the extra bases. You want to limit the damage. You know Diaz is quick. If the ball's getting to you, you want to cut it down right away. And as soon as that goes past you, you're looking at double, triple easily. As Diaz lines that to centre field over the head of Alicia Marching. She picks it up off the wall. That's going to score 1 run. Is it going to score 2 runs as Thomas comes in, standing up at home plate? Diaz standing up at second, and look at her. She is all serious business over there at second base.
Yeah, she just crunched that ball, and Marching had nothing going her way there. It just sat against the fence, so all the way to the wall. Runner was tagging up at 2, got held up because Maddie Scott was the cut-off there. Just reducing the damage as well, what may have been 2 runs, but nothing changes for Seacombe except they've got a run on the board now.
Yeah, they've got Reagan, certainly a player, as we know, who has immense power and couldn't put it over, but that just died for Alicia from the fence there.
Oh.
You hate those as an outfielder.
Yeah, that was a double any day though by Diaz, even if it came off the fence hard.
Oh, they did score.
Yeah,
both 2 runs have scored.
James, you're doing the thing again. You're not listening to me. I said it. You're right. Your brain's off with Eric in Japan, clearly.
You know what it was? My brain was on Diaz, watching her go back to the base.
As that ball was and called foul by Fairley. That was a close play. Sophie played that off cool, but
Sophie absolutely, Sasha, booked that down the line. She was off.
See here on the replay, that was pretty close. Just as Sophie's hand touched the ball, it did look like her hand was in foul territory. So great call there by Pete Fairley.
We sit, or I do at least, right on the line. I can see it perfectly. And that looked close on the replay, but I can tell you it was at least a foot, maybe a little bit more off the line.
Brings the count to 2-1. Runner on second base with none out. And that ball is lined to left field. Caitlin Holt's going to swallow it up. Diaz is going to go from home. Makes the play to 2 straight away, keeping Mutsi at first. But Diaz scores from second. Tigers making a little bit of a run here. 3 runs.
Reagan did not break stride. As soon as that hit the bat, she was off.
Yeah, she was gone.
She was gone.
Well, with how deep, you're right, how the outfielders are, you know as soon as that ball's hit, because of how deep they are, that was a single every day.
Aqaba Hotel replay. Welcome to the Arc. 5th inning, a walk and 3 hits. Up until the start of this inning, Seacombe only had 1 hit for the game.
Brings up Becky Havis.
We have a ball game on our hands with the 3-4 hitters due up. We've got a runner on. There's none out here in the 5th. Strap yourself in. This is the last chance for Seacombe. We're 86 minutes in, so no new innings.
As Havis is going to line that to centre left in that same gap. Looks like Mutzi's going to go for third as she's sliding and holds up safe for a double by Becky Havis to keep the Tiger train rolling.
Timeout being called from West Torrens, so there's going to be a change made. The winning run comes to the plate. Jess, we're at 87 minutes. You've got Sporty's Bar Player of the Game coming up. You're going to have one from each team.
I'm going to probably have to pull on multiples here tonight. I don't know. You guys might have to help me here. There's been such great plays. I'm absolutely stumped.
Maddie makes a good decision there. You can see on the replay, she had that ball and made the decision to hold on to it, not make that play. That runner was going to be safe.
Wow, what a time to set the scoreboard alight. Seacombe Tigers in this 5th inning. Batter number 8 led off. Georgia Tompkinson with a base on balls. Michaela Thomas gets a hit up the middle. Regan Diaz puts one to the fence. Sasha Mutzi hits a hard one out to left field. Becky Havis hits a double to left field. 3 runs have scored. 4 consecutive hits, and we've got Neely Peterson to the plate.
So she represents the winning run. First base is open, but then you're putting the winning run on base as she would take first pitch for a ball.
So saying you've got a powerhouse in Peterson there as well.
And Lint on deck with none out.
None down.
And Lint did have that home run against West Torrens a couple of weeks ago. She tattoos that one down the left field line.
Showing her power
Never to
here.
come back.
Out into the darkness of the outdoor diamonds.
Staying completely locked in, look at her, and focused. What a great swing she's got.
It's just so pretty, the swing.
Yeah, nice swing. 1-1's the count. Great pitch there by Talia, but Peterson not tempted.
Just dies. Let's go back to round 2. Seacombe versus Glenelg on a Saturday afternoon. Glenelg were leading 4-1, I think. 4-2.
Something like that, yeah, 4-1.
Seacombe won that 6-4 in the dying stages of that game.
So they'd never say die a team. They always have been, and it's I'm feeling nervous for them. This is a game that's full on, and it's got everything happening tonight.
3-1's the count. Peterson goes after that pitch, pops it up. Hoyle's hit popped up. It looked like Hoyle was calling it. Maddie stepped back, and then it just dropped between the two of them. So a little bit of a miscue here we can see on the replay. Hoyle was calling it the whole way, and it looks like...
You couldn't have placed that any better. If that was a half a metre to either side or front or back, it would have been a clear catch for either one of them. Now we've got loaded bases, so the winning run on base with none out.
Winning runs on 1.
First pitch by Talia is a ball. Tell you what a great opportunity this is for Talia, though. Absolute nerves are still out there. Demeanour hasn't changed the whole game.
Although, at what point, though, do you start to feel that pressure? You've thrown a base on balls to get the lead off on, and then 5 consecutive hits. Perhaps that last one wasn't your fault, but...
Yeah, I think you'll see at this point in the season, West Torrens struggling a little bit with maybe the pitching depth in their lineup. As Lint's going to just get underneath it. Luttrell at first base is going to catch that fantastically, keeping all the runners on base for the first out.
Those are the moments where he goes up as a first baser and you just know you have to get to it.
Talk about nerves of steel.
Yeah, and you see it rattle around the glove just a little bit on the Arkabar replay. Swirling breeze, it's gone high. Nice catch in the end for the first out.
I think you really underestimate how much it swells in the breeze. If you remember that catch that Lina took in the final last year, it really shows that ball can get lost up there. Those catches look simple on camera, but I'm telling you, as soon as it gets above the net, down here at West Beach, because we're 500 metres odd from the... I don't know how far we are from the water.
Less than a K.
There you go. We're close to the water. As that ball is nailed in the 5-6 hole, Caitlin Holt picks it up well. We're going to try for home, and Becky Havis is called Safe.
The ball was
Safe.
spilled.
I think
At
it's
home
spilled out
plate.
on his glove, I believe.
Tied the game.
Tied the game up.
Wow.
Wow.
From nowhere, Seacombe. That's a great shot from Whitney Shepherd out to the left side. Not a bad play from
great
Hull, and just tried to make a tag before she had the ball on the Aqaba Hotel replay. Well, that might be the difference in the game. West Torrens lost 3 runners at the plate. Seacombe putting it all on the line there, and with 1 out now, winning runner at third.
How's that for a pitcher doing some work too, helping herself out with the bat and the field? Brings up Hannah Cameron, the centre fielder. Runners on 2 and 3. You've got the winning run at third base. How are we for time? We're past 9. We're past time. Winning run at third, 1 out.
All the outfields have come very shallow now.
Walk off.
And that ball is smoked up the middle by Hannah Cameron, scoring last 2 runs for Seacombe. That's going to be it. That's game.
That is game. We're trying to make some hand signals with Jess Maslin. You've got a tough
I don't
choice
know.
here. You
I don't
know,
know who I'm going to pull. I might have to pull one from each team here.
Hannah Cameron. Well, not from each team. Seacombe's come up
Seacombe
trump here.
trumps.
Yeah, they've chased down 5 in the last to win 7-5. Here's the last player of the game, the Aqaba Hotel replay. Cameron smashes one up the middle. The West Torrens outfielder in shallow. Nothing they could do about it anyway. In that last inning, we saw Seacombe with 7 hits from the 9 batters that reached. They've scored 6 runs.
Yeah. Oh, 7. Was that 7 in the end?
7 hits and a walk. There you go. 7 hits and a walk to score 7 runs to win the game. Seacombe have stolen one here at West Beach tonight. Jess Maslin's out there. I'm interested to see who she picks for the
Me
Sporties.
too. I think she's
player
trying to
of
ask
the
me
game.
then, but honestly, Jess, you're going to have to pick it.
She's going to take 2 here.
You know what? That's probably a good move.
Got Hannah Cameron with the walk-off and Reagan Diaz.
He was solid all game.
Solid all game. Couple of hits, couple of RBIs. Over to you, Jess.
Thank you, guys. I'm here with 2 players from the Seacombe Tigers. Girls, what can you say about that game? It had everything.
It did have everything. I thought Whitney carried us really well in the circle. I think we made a few mistakes behind her, but she did a great job of keeping us in the game, and then our bats really came through for us, which that's really, really exciting.
What do you think?
I think we just had to keep fighting to the end, to be honest. We just had to play what we know and hit the ball.
Now, I have to ask, what does it feel like hitting the walk-off? It's always a nice feeling, but what was going through your brain when you were in the box?
Just get it in play, and that just felt freaking awesome.
I was going to say, it must be nice having, you know, what looks like a kind of a new team a little bit behind Seacombe. So, looking into the rest of the season, how do you think it's going to go with the other teams?
I think as long as our bats continue to show up and we play clean defense behind our pitchers, we're going to have some good results and be competitive.
We just have to show up week in, week out and do what we do best. So.
No worries. So, Seacombe Tigers and West Torrens Eagles, thank you very much. Good night.
Well, we don't have a result from the backfield, so you'll have to check the website for results of that. Thanks so much to Jess for speaking to our Sporties Bar players of the game, Regan Diaz and Hannah Cameron with the walk-off. Seacombe Tigers win that one 7-5. It did have everything, didn't it? What a game.
Truly did. What a fantastic. As much as my heart breaks for West Torrens, what a fantastic fight back by Seacombe. They've had a few tough seasons recently, but it was so good to see them come out and play some good softball.
They'll leapfrog West Torrens on the ladder. Seacombe with 3 wins and 2 losses now on 6 points. West Torrens with 2 wins and 2 losses. Both those losses at the hands of the Tigers. So Seacombe getting the job done this year, although they did drop their last 2 games against Sturt and Walkerville. So maybe a shot in the arm that they needed. And wow, it all come about in 1 inning.
Certainly was a game with never to say die attitude, and Tigers just came out with the bats, and the bats were firing hard in that last innings.
Unbelievable. Well, we have seen an unbelievable game tonight. It's I'm a little lost for words, but Seacombe Tigers just shown their mettle tonight to show that they're a contender this year. Their third win of the year at the expense of West Torrens Eagles. They've run out winners 7-5. Thank you so much, Steph. Thank you so much, Jess. Thanks to everyone at Spaceweek Sports, Aqaba Hotel. And we'll see you on Saturday at 3 o'clock.